All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tear down what really makes a professional tick. We're going way, way beyond the standard resume to build a full 360-degree picture of what expertise actually looks like. So let's kick things off with a problem we've all run into, right? A resume. It's just the cover of the book. It's not the full story. It's the highlight reel, all polished and perfect. So how do you get past that surface-level stuff to figure out what someone can actually do? And maybe even more important, how do they do it? Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this in 6 parts. We'll start with what they say on the resume, then we'll dig into the hard proof, and we'll even get into the weeds of who they are as a person. By the end of this, you'll see how we can build a complete blueprint of what someone truly brings to the table. So to do this, we're going to zoom in on a real-world case study, a professional named Cássio Nóvoa. And we're going to look at him through 3 different lenses. And trust me, when you put them together, they show you so much more than a resume ever could. Okay, so let's break down this framework. It's pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. First, we have the claim. That's what they say about themselves. Then there's the proof. You know, the hard evidence, what they've actually done. And finally, we look at the person. The stuff that's not on paper, their core behavioral DNA that really drives everything. All right, first up, the claim. Think of this as the curated, polished, public-facing version of a person. It's how they present themselves to the world, and it's almost always tailored for a specific job or specific audience. And this is a perfect example. Look at this. It's the same person, but 2 totally different resumes. On the left, for an Agile Coach role, it's all about methodologies and transformation. On the right, for a sales job, the language shifts to client relationships and results. It shows you that the claim isn't just one thing. It's strategic. It changes based on the goal. And across all his different resumes, you see these big, bold numbers. Claims of real impact, you know, boosting efficiency by 30%, slashing defects by 70%, keeping a service-level agreement, that's an SLA, above 95%. These numbers are designed to do one thing: grab your attention. They're the hook. They're the promise. But are they the whole story? Right, so do those claims actually hold up under scrutiny? To find out, we have to move to our second lens, the proof. This is where we shift from what someone says they did to what we can actually verify they did, looking back at a whole 30-year career. And what a journey. I mean, look at this timeline. It's incredible. We're talking about someone who started out on IBM mainframes back in the 90s, deep legacy tech, and has managed to bridge that experience all the way to working on cutting-edge AI projects with Uber today. That's not just experience. That's a story of constant, relentless adaptation. And just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about here, $30 million. That was the value of one project. It was this landmark deal to modernize a police data center, and it wasn't just a big budget project. It was totally groundbreaking. We're talking about the very first Oracle Exadata sale in all of Latin America. That's a huge deal. So this isn't just a boring list of jobs. This is the hard proof. Managing a team of over 300 people for 6 years? Check. Integrating more than 12 different command centers for something as massive as the FIFA World Cup? Yep. Translating over 2 million words for Uber and cutting the project time? Done. Every single line item here backs up the claims with real-world, high-stakes results. Okay, so we've seen the claim and we've seen the proof. They seem to line up, but to really get the full picture, we have to go one level deeper. This is our third and final lens, the person. This is about uncovering their professional operating system, you could say, using objective psychometric data. Now, this first assessment from something called the predictive index gives us our first huge clue. His profile is flagged as a specialist. And if you look at the chart, his D factor, which is all about precision and formality, is way off to the right, super high. At the same time, his B factor, for extroversion, is pushed to the left. He's more reserved, more introspective. This tells us we're looking at someone who thrives on being an expert and working with autonomy. And the report itself just nails it down. It says he's a very conscientious person and accurate with the details. And remember, this isn't him talking about himself. This is an objective analysis of his core drives. It points to this fundamental, built-in need to get things right. And then, a second test, this one based on the Big Five personality model, just confirms everything. Look at that. Conscientiousness is through the roof. That's your organized, disciplined, goal-driven person right there. And check this out. His neuroticism is super low. That means he's calm, he's stable, and he doesn't crack under pressure. That's huge. Okay, so this is it. This is the big aha moment. This is where we bring all three of our lenses together. And when you connect the claim with the proof, with the person, a totally consistent and really powerful professional identity just snaps into focus. It's like building a puzzle, and all the pieces just lock together perfectly. The claim says, hey, I'm an expert in transformation. The proof says, yep, I delivered these huge multi-million-dollar projects. And the person says, well, that's because my fundamental DNA is to be precise, conscientious, and detail-oriented. You see that? It's a straight line. The story checks out from every single angle. And this quote right here from the report, it's perfect. It describes his follow-through as deep and literal. That's not just a personality quirk. It's the exact behavior you need to deliver a 70% reduction in defects or maintain that 95% service level. The personality literally explains the performance. They're two sides of the same coin. So, what's the big takeaway here? The real power of this 360-degree view isn't just about describing someone. It's about predicting their success. Once you have this complete picture, you can pinpoint the exact roles and the exact environments where a person like this isn't just going to succeed. They're going to absolutely thrive. And that's just what happened. Based on this whole analysis, a document was put together that outlined his ideal roles. And look at them. AI Solutions Architect, Head of Digital Transformation, Senior Project Manager for Complex IT. What do they all have in common? They all demand that perfect blend of deep technical know-how, big picture strategic thinking, and flawless execution. It's a dead-on match for his specialist profile. And we can drill down on any one of these. Let's take AI Solutions Architect. We can map it perfectly across our three lenses. The claim? His resume literally says generative AI analyst. The proof? He's led real AI initiatives at major companies like Uber. The person? His specialist profile is wired to thrive on deep, complex expertise like this. It's a slam dunk. The fit is confirmed from every single angle. So, at the end of the day, what does this all mean? It means that when you're willing to look beyond just the piece of paper, you get this incredibly powerful, predictive, and truly complete picture of what someone is capable of. The claim, the proof, and the person. Together, they tell the whole story. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What story is hiding behind the next resume you see?